Dude, 3 years ago, look at how much of a baby Bullet was. It's so crazy, dude.
Let's talk about the importance of doing things that you don't want to do that should be done. I love doing interviews on my channel, but sometimes getting the interviews can be a little tedious. Not so much in the sense of the way I get them is typically just sending messages and emails, which is fine. On Instagram, it's pretty easy. But I'm trying to get a certain type of interview lately, which has been people that essentially curate the music for TV shows, which means it's a bit more work. I have to find the TV show, find who the musical director is, or the person essentially the music supervisor, find their Instagram, then send them a message. I keep putting it off and procrastinating it. So this morning we are doing it first thing in the morning and not going to let ourselves procrastinate anymore, because you make a plan and work out your plan. That's how we get to the next level every day, one day at a time, but actually you gotta do the work. Okay, for example, music coordinator, music supervisor for 78 episodes, music coordinator for 35. Like, we gotta find these people and reach out to them on Instagram or their emails. All right, let's work on some music, as this song is called E minor 107 BPM Sad Country. Okay, so we got this guitar part right here. I think we're gonna add some synth to it. One little side note thing, while this is turning on, you can actually play this little game. Isn't that funny? It's this weird little thing that they put in here. Ridiculous. I want to add a synth. I think the bass goes like this. Okay, so the bass is going E, G, C, D, E, G, B, C. Do we want a synth bass or do we want a regular bass? I think we want a regular bass. Let's do some sort of synth. Out of tune. Not feeling it. I think it's time to break out the amp and try to mic it myself, honestly. I think we need that real sound, real guitar sound, baby. Don't mind the mess around here, it's still a work in progress. Hey, if you have not bought a guitar amp yet, definitely buy a lighter one. Part of the problem is, like, it just took 15 minutes to set up, because then I get distracted because these cables are in a mess, and then I'm like, oh, I'm missing a cable, so let me go on Guitar Center. I need to be, otherwise I can't create because I get so distracted. Just turn the amp on and record. So I need to figure out a place where I can keep the amp so that, like, when I just want to record, boom, I'm ready to record, kind of thing. All right, let's turn it on, give it a go. Hoo-wee, man, did that feel good to rock. You know what's funny is while I was rocking out to that, my dad walked in carrying this, one of my first guitars. If not my first guitar. That is so funny, man. And this guitar here was so hard back then. It's so funny, man.
What's up, man? What are we doing today?
Because Jake's already reached his maximum weight muscle capacity. And we're getting rid of dressers, and then we're going to do another coat of spackle. We're going to build a piece of wood on the floor.
Oh, we're doing that today, too?
Well, I have to go buy it and build it.
So I would like to talk about the categories that we put in our brains that are kind of funny, in the sense that I just got back from lunch with my wife, Jamie, and her mom. Her mom is up from Florida. She just got up. This weekend is my wife's baby shower. Now, when we go to lunch, I mean, things have been so expensive lately. Lunch is $100 for like 3 people. I got a drink. Her mom had 2 beers. Like, whatever. That's $100. Like, that's kind of expensive, but not crazy expensive. It's pretty average, right? Just for New York pricing, just the way prices are in New York. In fact, the lunch was actually expensive. The food was actually pretty cheap. My point being is that it's funny how we can go to lunch, which lasts for an hour and a half, and spend $100, and everybody expects that. But me, if I'm like, oh man, like, do I spend $12 on this garden thing, or I spent $90 on dirt a month ago? Now, how much food will we get from that dirt? All the garden stuff. I'm gonna be like hundreds of dollars worth of food, if not thousands, to be honest. No, probably hundreds of dollars worth of food. Honestly, maybe even thousands. I don't even know. But point being, it's funny how I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to spend $50 on this garden thing, when the ROI, the return on investment, will be so much more, as opposed to like a single lunch for an hour. It's so funny, man.